I had somebody ask me about tips for interacting with the doctor when you're a multiple, and I thought that was a great thing to do a video on. So I'm Jenna, we're the D.I.D system. Let's talk about it. Okay, first, they asked, should you tell the doctor that you have D.I.D? In the United States, medical records are not shared. So in some other countries, that information your primary care doctor can access, but in the US, they cannot. And what we do is talk around it without directly saying we have a diagnosis of D.I.D. We will tell them especially if we know we're spacey, hey, so we have PTSD and some trauma responses around it. If we seem a little like zoned out, it's just a little triggering of an environment, we're all right. That's how we handle that. It is up to you whether you tell your provider or not. Some people do worry about symptoms being brushed off as psychosomatic symptoms, which I have definitely seen in the community. It's a valid worry. But that leads me to my second thing. You can ask for a referral for a test or a referral to a specialist. Just because your doctor doesn't think that it is well, it's probably not that, you can say, I'd still like a referral, or I'd still like the test just to rule it out. That is within your right as a patient to advocate for yourself. We didn't know that. We at 21 collapsed at work and they told us to go to the doctor. The doctor checked our hormone levels and went, meh, it's probably just hormones. Your blood work looks fine, but this happens to women. It was not fine. It was 15 years later until we got to see a specialist and learned that we had a heart condition that was actively giving us problems all the time. So I am telling you from the future, you can advocate for yourself. You can say, is there another route we can check? I would like, just to make sure, can we rule this out? So by all means, advocate for yourself. All right. So we're all multiples here, right? We all know there's that one alter that just doesn't feel anything, and they're really logical, and they like to do things like go to the doctor's office. If you can, have somebody else go to the doctor's office, because they're going to walk in and be like, we're in a lot of pain. Yes, it hurts a lot. Whereas, if it was someone like a teen alter, they might be like, oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever felt. Which, honestly, if the doctor sees we're in a lot of pain, they're probably not going to respond very, actively to that. One time I went to the doctor, the hubs was with me because he knew I was not good at self-reporting pain. And I tell the doctor my symptoms, very straightforward. And the doctor gets his little thing, looks in my ear and goes, oh my God. Looks in the other one and goes, you're really sick. Turns to the husband. She has a very high pain tolerance. Because my face was not accurately reporting what my body clearly was going through. So if you can have a different alter, one that can more accurately reflect, that would be great. If you can't, I highly, highly recommend, forget the pain scale, the one, where do you rate your pain? Toss that out. Go in with how it affects your physical activities. This is something that's quantifiable that will give the doctor an idea of how limiting this is for you. For instance, when I was having the heart issues and got to the specialist, I said, I can't walk from one room to another in my house without getting winded. Okay, that's a quantity, not I'm tired a lot and sometimes it feels like I can't catch my breath. I can't walk from one room in my house to the other without getting winded. And this isn't all the time, but this might be, 4 days out of 7, also quantifiable. If your pain is keeping you from getting a restful night at sleep. If you can walk, but you have to limp, if it limits the amount that you can eat, make it a quantifiable thing that the doctor can go, oh, if you say, hey, normally I can walk a mile, but lately I haven't been able to walk around my house. Oh, okay. Instead of, I'm getting winded easily. So put away the pain scale, because even if the logical alter goes in, if they can tell the doctor what has been happening as far as pain or symptoms and how it is affecting daily activity in a, like, this much for this long way, it's a lot more helpful in getting treatment. So there are our top suggestions for going to the doctor when you're multiple, or even if you have a lot of dissociation. If you guys have suggestions that are helpful for you, things like, bringing a stuffy, or like grounding things in your pocket so you can sniff or fidget. We do this at the dentist. If you guys have things that are helpful for you, leave it in the comments, and we'll catch you later. Bye.